There is a place at the very edge of the world, a place so far removed from everything familiar, it almost feels imagined. Not because it's hidden, but because so few people ever truly reach it. Here, the land doesn't feel shaped by humans, but by time, wind, and forces that have been moving for thousands of years. Nothing feels rushed. Nothing feels temporary. And the moment you arrive, you begin to notice something quietly unsettling. You are no longer the center of anything here. This is Patagonia, a place that doesn't try to impress you, but somehow leaves you completely in awe. At first, it feels like silence, a kind of stillness that's almost unfamiliar. But if you stay for a moment, you begin to hear it. The wind, constant, restless, moving across the land like it has something to say. And here, it never really stops. The further you travel into Patagonia, the more it feels like you are leaving something behind. Not just places, but noise, urgency, and everything that once felt important. Cities disappear. The rhythm of everyday life fades, and slowly, even time begins to lose its meaning. And then, without realizing it, you arrive somewhere that doesn't feel like a destination, but like the end of everything. Patagonia stretches across the southern edge of South America, a land defined not by borders but by extremes. Here, nature feels vast, unpredictable, and completely untamed. Glaciers move slowly across the land, massive rivers of ice, shifting in silence. You don't see them moving, but you can feel their presence. And sometimes, without warning, the silence breaks. A crack echoes through the air, followed by the sound of ice collapsing into water. The lakes here are impossibly still, reflecting the mountains like a mirror. For a moment, it becomes hard to tell where reality ends and reflection begins. Mountains rise sharply from the land, their peaks hidden in clouds that move quickly, unpredictably. One moment they are visible, the next completely gone. The weather doesn't follow patterns here. Sunlight can turn into snow within minutes, and calm skies can become storms without warning. The wind is always present, sometimes gentle, sometimes relentless, but always reminding you that this place belongs to nature, not to you. Standing here, you realize how small you really are, not in a negative way, but in a way that feels strangely freeing. And then, there are moments like this, soft light touching the mountains, transforming everything into something almost unreal. For a few minutes, the entire landscape glows, and suddenly the harshness fades, replaced by something quiet and beautiful. There are no crowds here, no distractions, just space, and the feeling that you are witnessing something rare. Life here is different, not because people choose it to be, but because it has to be. Homes stand alone against the elements, built to endure wind, cold, and isolation. Everything here is shaped by survival. Daily life means adapting constantly to weather that changes without warning, and to conditions that never feel entirely predictable. For many, life revolves around the land, farming, fishing, simple routines that have remained unchanged for generations. There is no rush here, no urgency to move faster. Time unfolds slowly, almost deliberately. Distances are vast, journeys take time, and sometimes solitude becomes part of everyday life. But in that solitude, something begins to shift. You start to notice things you once overlooked. The way light changes, the way silence feels, the way time passes without pressure. And slowly, silence becomes something you appreciate. Not something empty, but something full. Patagonia doesn't try to impress you. It doesn't need to. It doesn't compete for attention. or demand to be noticed. It simply exists, exactly as it is, unchanged, unbothered. And maybe that's what makes it so powerful, because nothing here feels artificial. In a world that constantly asks for your attention, this place asks for nothing. And in that quiet, you begin to reconnect with something simple, to slow down, to observe, to simply be. If places like this speak to you, subscribe to Travel Tales Studio. There are many more journeys like this, waiting to be explored.